So it's another beautiful Wednesday with another beautiful video of the same beautiful Bronco. We have one more thing we gotta do to the suspension on this, and that's control arms. So we did a bunch of the suspension stuff earlier, but we knew we didn't have the control arms yet because we were waiting on those. So we kind of jumped the gun to get as much of that done ahead of time, kind of in a preemptive fashion. So today we get to rock out a whole bunch of control arms. Rock Krawler off-road, they got us all hooked up. I've not installed these control arms yet. We have installed a bunch of different control arms, but not these specific ones. And they do offer a billet aluminum arm, or maybe it's not billet, I don't know, but it's an aluminum arm. These are rebuildable, they're serviceable, you can adjust the preload, you can put new bushings in them, so they're fully rebuildable, made by Rock Krawler. These are their metal fabricated arms. They're all fixtured and welded, steel plate. It's got their Adventure Series joints at the chassis. So these really should be a super sweet upgrade over the stock arms, and they're gonna offer better angles for everything to sit at. Like I said, they're rebuildable. Really excited about these. I'm excited to get my hands on the aluminum ones as well. But today we're gonna put the steel ones in, and then we're gonna change out the rear control arms. We're gonna put in their adjustable upper and lower rear control arms. And then we got some other goodies we're gonna have to do after that. So today, let's get these control arms wrapped up, get them in so we can get their alignment dialed in and get their axle all centered up and dialed in, and move on to the next project. But Rock Krawler makes super sweet stuff for these Broncos. So let's get the Bronco pulled in and get rocking on this thing. So here's where we're playing today. We got the upper control arm here, which honestly, it's probably fine if you're not gonna really be doing a whole lot of severe off-road, but I know these guys from Armorlite. I've wheeled with the owner quite a few times. They wheel their vehicles. Me and him have been out to Moab a couple different times. I've been with one of his employees down to North Carolina. These guys play, and they like to play and have a good time. So we're just trying to beef up as many things as we can to give them a trouble-free experience. So while this arm might work for some people doing some leisure trail riding, there is no comparison on the size of this control arm. It is vastly superior as far as strength is concerned. So I don't know an immeasurable amount of difference of like droop or angle or any of that. I don't have any of those technical specifications, but just sheer strength, I don't think we're gonna worry about any problems in that area. So let's show you how we put this one on, and then we can move to the rear. So as you just saw, Eric got that nut off and got this all free. We got all these bolts broke loose up here on the upper control arm. And you just kind of reach in there and finish taking that all apart. And then here in a brief second, so we got that side off. This is gonna slide up, it's gonna hit the steering shaft. So it's gonna be hard to film, but we're gonna reach up in here and we're gonna knock this steering shaft loose. So there's a big junction right there. We're gonna pull that bolt out, knock that steering shaft loose so we can get this bolt out. On the passenger side, you don't have that problem, just so you know. The passenger side's a lot easier to do than the driver's side. So when you're doing that, you take that joint off of that steering shaft, mark it so you put it back in the same spot. But there you go. That's how we're gonna do this. We'll show you how that goes as we go. So here you can see the actual physical difference of these two control arms. One is huge compared to the other. Huge. Sure, we gained a little bit of weight because this was nice lightweight aluminum, but holy crap, RK went nuts on these. Once you got this installed, we used a jack to kind of sit it down to help kind of guide it up in there and take some pressure off it. We just run this in until it's very, very lightly seated. Then you're gonna torque to the manufacturer's specifications. Same thing with your upper control arm. You use the stock OEM bolt, torque it to manufacturer's specifications. Don't forget to put your steering shaft back together. One small tip, when you're taking that steering shaft apart, put a bungee cord or something around the steering wheel, holding it to like the door handle, seat, I don't really care, but stop that steering wheel from just free spinning wherever it wants. It will hurt things. So once you get this all torqued up, you're pretty much done at this situation. Now we're gonna unbox the rear control arms that are super awesome, show you the difference between the stock ones, and show you how tough those can be to install. Couple are easy, couple are pretty tough. Got some good magic back there. So we'll see you in just a second, and we're gonna go to the rear of this vehicle. All right, well that's gonna be the end of this video because I really lied to you. I said we were gonna do the rear control arms. We don't have them yet. So we will get those soon. We will do a little update Bronco video when we do the install on those for you. But as for now, this is gonna be the last official Bronco video for this little series. We're gonna move on next week. But again, when we get those rear arms, they're gonna have them bring the Bronco back. We'll get them tossed on and show you how that plays out. But I hope you liked all this Bronco content. Stay tuned next week. We got something exciting and new. I don't know what it is, but it might not even be exciting, but it'll be new. So, see you next week.